Hello?
Hello, madam.
Okay. Good evening again.
Good
Today we
evening.
meet to continue our lesson. Okay. Yesterday I introduced you to JavaScript. What JavaScript is, the uses. Then we went further to look at JavaScript syntax and where you can write them within HTML documents. Today we continue to look at JavaScript operators. This will move faster because the operators are the same as in other programming languages. So if you have studied C++, Java, or C, the operators are the same. So that's why I'm saying that we'll move faster based on that. Operators, will define operators as what we use to perform operation on one or two or more operands. Operators are represented by a symbol such as plus, equal sign, times, and modulo. In JavaScript, we have 5 categories of operators that are listed here. So we'll take them one after the other. Arithmetic operators, comparison, logical or relational operators, assignment operators, conditional or ternary operators. So these are the categories of operators. So when we take each of them, you see what falls under arithmetic operator and etc. The operators are used to perform operations on one, two, or more operands. Now we'll take the first one, which is arithmetic operators. So this is the first one. For arithmetic operators, the symbols include what is listed on my left. You can see our heading for the first column. For the first column, we have the symbols there. And the second column, I have the descriptions, the description of each of them. Then on the third column, we have example and results in the fourth column. These operators are used to perform arithmetic within our JavaScript functions or what have you. For example, with the addition operators, we can use it to add 2 or more operands. Example, if you say variable x equals to 2, y equals to 2, then you go ahead and write the equation results equals to x plus y. You will see that the results will be what? 4. Result will be 4, okay? So that continue for subtraction, multiplication, and then division. The next is modulus. Modulus will present the result of the remainder of the division. So if I say 5 modulo 2, okay, it will calculate using the division. So 2 will divide 5, then the remainder is what will be the results. Okay. Then we have increment operators and what? Decrement operators. Increments are used to increase integers value by 1, and the opposite is the decrement operator. So if I say s equals to 5, then later I say s plus plus. Okay. it will increase the value by 1. So S will be equal to 6, and the vice versa. Okay. Now we're going to the second kind of operator. Second kind of operator, which is assignment operators. Assignment operators. Just look at the first one. With my example, we have used assignment. Let's use assignment. S equals to 2. We have assigned 2 to S. So the categories for assignment operators, there are also many, as you can see on my first column. This is the equal sign, simple assignment operator. That's the simple assignment operator, which is common. That is the example we just saw. So if I say C equals to A plus B, so straightforward. So it will assign the value from right side operand to the left side operand. So if you have the value for A and the value for B defined as a variable, then this will be added to give you the results. Add an assignment operator is a plus or equals to operators. When you bring this kind of operators, okay, it's the same thing as C equals to C plus A. If I say C plus equals to A, it's the same thing as saying that C equals to C plus A. So the same C will cross the other sign and add to the value of A. Okay. So let's look at the example there. So if I say A, if you define A, variable A equals to 3, I say A equals to 3, then you go ahead to say C equals to 5, and your equation is C plus equals to A. So C plus equals to A will give us what? Hello?
Hello, madam.
Yes. Yeah, okay, so what will give, if I define A as 3, C as 5, then my equation is C plus or equals to A will give us what?
8.
8, yeah, that will give us 8. So as we said, that will be the equivalent. Also, if I say C minus equals A, also it is equivalent to somebody writing C equals to C minus A. So using the same value for A and C, we'll realize that this will also give us 5 minus 3, which is equals to 2. So that goes on for multiplication, for division, as well as what? The modulo. The modulo. Okay. Assignment operators. All these are assignment operators. Okay. Yes.
So please, how about if the equal sign comes before the operator?
Which
Say,
operator?
I mean, when you have C, instead of C, A equals, sorry, C plus equal to A. What if I have C equals to plus A? Is it possible?
See, then you say, how can you bring plus again? Is that the normal arithmetic? We say C equals to plus A. Yeah. Instead of the plus being here, right?
I was just asking if you interchange that, will it be wrong? That's what I was just asking.
You can try it and see. Write the Java, yeah. Write the Java program, define your variables this way, and then in your results equals to C equals to plus A, and see the wonders, right? All right. I've never done it that way. That's why you can try and see. All right. Okay, so the third categories of operators is called comparison operators. Comparison operators. Okay. With comparison of operators, there are of 6 or 7 categories too. We use it to compare values. You define your variables, then we can use the other one. So the answer you'll be getting will either be true or false. True or false. For example, if I use double equal sign, it means it's equal to. It's equal to. If I use 3 of them, the 3 equal sign in between 2 variables that I've declared, okay? It also means it's equal to, but this one will check both the value and the data types. This will not check the data types. It will just look at the value. But with the 3 equal symbol in between two variables, it will check for the number as well as the data types. Either there is string or integer or float, then it will return your answers. Okay. All right. For example, if you say 5 equal 8, it means 5 is equal to 8. So the browser, JavaScript or whatever you have written in the browser, it will return false. It will return false because 5 is not equal to 8. 5 is not equal to 8. So if you say 8 here, 8 equals to 8, it will return true because the two values are what? The same. 5 equals 8, return false. With the second 3 equal sign, if I define variable s equals to 5, then y equals to 5 with quotation. So this is no more integer. This is a string now, string. It's no more integer. If I go ahead and say s equal y, this will return true because it is not checking for the data type. It's just looking at the number. But with the 3 equal sign in between, it will return false. Even though they are both 5, one has turned to string because of the quotation. So this will return false. This equation will return true. All right. Another form of comparison operator is not equal. Not equal. With not equal, it also checks the operands. it will check the value of the operands. So if 5 not equals to 8, we return true because they are not equal. Then we are familiar with greater than, less than, greater, equal. So we're saying that the operand is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So the operands will check against each other and return either true or false. The fourth category of operators is the logical or relational operands. Logical or relational operands. Okay, so logical end is this symbol. Logical end, logical or, and then logical not. Logical, mostly you use it within your equation. Okay, with logical end operator, it will return true if both operands are non-zero. If both the operands are non-zero. Okay, so looking at what we have here, we have, for example, together with what they are returning. Okay, the same thing is what I have here, the results of the equation. So if we have defined x and y, then we have x is less than 10. Logical end, y is greater than 1. This will return true because comparing the value, the statement is true. Again, logical or will return true if any of the operand is non-zero. If any of the operand is non-zero. Okay, so here we said both operands are non-zero. Okay, so let's look at this example. With the same value of x and y, we have within our equation, we have s is equal to 5 or y is equal to 5. Look at our value. We say s is 6 and y is 3. So is s equals to 5? S is 6, so they are not equal. And y equals to 5. Y is 3. They are not the same. So this will return false. Okay. Then the last one, logical not. Okay, logical not. So not equal. So if we put the not outside the bracket, we are saying that s is nullifying s equals to y. It's nullifying s equal to y. So 6 and 3, they are not equal. They are not equal. So the statement is true. This will return true. All right. Logical relational operators. Then we have the last part of conditional which is conditional operators. Kind of operator, the fifth one, is also called ternary operator. Okay, ternary operators. Okay, so it's for conditional expression, such as if, else condition, if else conditional was statement. Okay, so if you want to write if else conditional statement, we can use ternary operators to do that. Okay. Okay. We have JavaScript reserved words. These are some of them. Remember, reserved word cannot be used as variable names, function name, methods, loop label, or any object name. So they are reserved word, abstract, Boolean, else, int, all this type of cannot be used for naming variables or function or methods in that order. Now, we're going to declare variable and define what variables are. Variable in JavaScript, we'll give it as a name associated with a piece of data. We use it to store and manipulate our data. So, such as we saw earlier, we say x equals to 2, y equals to 3. Our variable x, we have stored a number there, which is 2. And variable y, we stored the number as 6. Okay? So a variable is a name. So if I say x equals 20, I've assigned 20 to x. So it is storing that 20. And I can use it to manipulate s. The 20, I can use it to manipulate s. Okay. A variable can also be seen as a container for information you want to store so that you can call and reuse it later. Okay. So I'm giving this as an example. You should know that you can define variable in various ways. So how do we declare a variable? We can declare variable using the keyword var. The keyword var. Example, I can just say var x equals to 42. Var x equals to 42. If you use the keyword var, you can use it to declare variable within local and global variables. You can also declare variable using the keyword const or let. So I can just say let y equals to 13. Let y equals 13. So I'll declare variable y. And I've assigned 13 to variable y. Let y equals to 13. You can also use the keyword const to declare our variable. So this syntax can be used to declare a block scope local variable, the let, and the can be used to declare a block scope local variable. Okay. And the third way you can declare variable, is without var or without anything. So I can just go ahead to say x equals 34. S equals 34. So you can see that the third way not added var and I've not added let or const. It's also acceptable. Okay. It's also acceptable. Without anything. So I hope you've understood now what variable is and how to declare variable in JavaScript. Okay, Afu. Yes, you raise your hand, Lionel.
Okay. Look, please. So in this case, then the ways to declare variable in JavaScript will be 3.
Yes.
Okay. Please, if you can effect it in the slide for us so that everything will be simple for us.
Okay, okay. Even
Thank you.
looking at it, it's like 4. Using the word
Yes.
or let. So
Mm.
without anything is here. Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Okay. So here I will say without keyword. Without any keyword. So example. This is example. All right. Example. Okay. Okay. To declare variable, there are certain rules you should follow. So we say rules to declare variable in JavaScript. You should note that, as we said yesterday, variable names are case sensitive. So SCR name is not the same as SCR name in uppercase. They are not the same. They are case sensitive. So you must know your variable so that you can reuse it within your applications. When you're declaring variable, the variable name can only be started with an underscore or a letter or $sign. Okay? Example. I can start my variable name. I can say X I can say underscore X equals to 5. So this is allowed. So meaning you can start your variable name with an underscore. So the name of your variable here is underscore X. You can also start your variable using alphabet, any alphabet. So I can say Z, or I will just say Zuma equals to 30. So I've declared variable Zuma and I've assigned 30 to it. That is the second option. You can declare variable names. We're starting with $sign. So that's the third example, $sign. So that's my $sign. So this equals to 4. Okay? So these are the examples. You can declare your variable. So this is where in the objective, we can bring variable names and ask you which one is wrong, which one is right. You have to apply this rule in declaring variable. So if you see the wrong one, you'll be able to tell. In JavaScript, variable names are case sensitive. So you should know, I've even said that at the top there. So I'll delete that one. You can declare your variables with only alphabet, but not with a number. You shouldn't start with a number. Don't use numbers in declaring and starting your variable name. Numbers can only be used after alphabet. Okay. So don't start a variable name with number. It's number. Okay. So if I say Zuma, let me bring this one. So example. So if I put 2 here, example, 2 Zuma is wrong. You get an error. 2 Zuma. Don't start your variable name with a number. Okay. No other special character is allowed in variable names. You cannot start your variable or add those words like a @ symbol. Those any special character is not allowed in naming your. No reserved words are allowed in variable names. Earlier, I gave the list of some reserved words. These reserved words, they are not allowed in variable names. So that is the rules. That is the rule you should follow in declaring variable names. And if you see variable names, you should be able to know that this is correct and this is wrong. Okay. The variable usage in JavaScript, they have scopes. Scope as to where you can declare and reference them. So we see the scope of a variable is the region of your program in which it is defined. The region in which it is defined. And you see that some of them, you can only reference them within that region. In JavaScript, we have 2 scopes, global variables and the local variables. Okay. So if you declare global variable, that means you can reference it, call it within everywhere. And they are defined outside any functions and can be used anywhere. Global variables are defined outside the function and can be referenced anywhere within your code. Local variable, on the other hand, will be visible only within a function where it is defined. So that means they are defined within a function and can be used only within that function. When you declare a local variable within a function, you must add the var keyword. Var. You must add the var keyword. Okay. And the variable name should be the same as the global variable name. There are rules for the scoping. So let's quickly look at this example for scoping, for variable scope. Andy, you are disturbing. Maybe it's not even there. Okay, Lana, did you still raise your hand?
No, please. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So we have differentiated between a global variable and the local variable. So this is example program. Example program. All right. This is the normal script. You see our script starting from here. The script tag with a type attribute is there. So while this is our starting JavaScript, within our script, before the closing tag, we have the program, JavaScript program. For the first var, my var, so equals to global. We have declared a variable and as global. Then we say function check scope. The second one, we have defined local variable. So we say var, my var equals to local. Okay. My var equals to local. Document dot write my var. Okay. So looking at this example, looking at our example now, we have variable here before, which is declared before the function declaration. You know, with JavaScript, we declare a function using the keyword function. So our function name is check scope. So our function starts from here. So within the function, then we declare local variable. Then we say document.write. Remember, we have to output. You have to output what your program should show to the user. Document.write my var. So which one will be displayed? Is it the global or local? Because they are all the same name. My var global equals to global. Then the other one say my var equals to local within the function. Okay. So what will be displayed to the browser? Eric.
Madam, I believe it will be the looker.
Why? Why would
Madam.
Valencia?
Madam.
Yes.
Madam.
Yes, Valencia. Your name is.
Yeah, madam. Good evening. Please, the code that you are displaying right now.
Yes.
Um, please, we are not seeing the screen.
You're not seeing the screen.
Yeah.
What about the
We are
rest?
not
Are you
seeing
seeing?
we are not seeing we are not seeing the code.
Please, we can see it.
Only
Okay.
maybe check your network.
Okay.
It's you.
Yeah, so it has come now. Okay. So I'm saying that
uh,
okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is this code, does that mean it's the whole of what is written is a comment? Because I can see that we place them in the comments. I don't know.
oh, were you there yesterday? Were you there
Madam.
yesterday? Eh?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there. And we differentiated between these comments. This is HTML comment. Okay. So code are put within HTML comments. It doesn't work like the HTML environment. It's just for non-browser support, non-JavaScript enable browser support. Okay. The comment, single line comment here is just this one. Hello, you are disturbing. Mute yourself. The single line comment is put here. declare a global variable. And then we have the second one, declaring a local variable. So those are the only comments for JavaScript that will not be so all will not be displayed, but the code will run appropriately because we just place it within the syntax. You can write JavaScript without the HTML, this comment, okay, or you add it to your HTML comment. Are you okay?
Yes, madam, understood.
Okay. So let's see example what this will display. Either global or what do you call it?
Local. Madam, it's local that has
Local.
appeared.
It's local. Because if you
Yes.
see our explanation here, local is what should be displayed. We said local variables are defined within a function and can be used only within that function. So we've defined the local, we declare a function, check scope, and you can see the starting braces. Within it, we define local variable and var. We declare this variable. And within it, we say document.write. Document.write. My var. So my var is this one. It will display within the function. If we bring document.write outside the function, what will be displayed? Yeah, Eric again.
Madam, the global outside the
globe.
function.
Which will be global. To be global. So that is what the explanation is saying we have given here. Global. Okay. All right. So we can also run the code and see. I'm going to resave this document. Save as practice what? Practice 5. Practice 5.html. Then we change the MIME type to all types. Save your work. So this is practice 5. The only thing we'll add is the rest of the code. So I'm going to add the inner code. This is our text editor. This is our, let me see. All right. So we've used the existing script tag. Existing script tag. And this is our closing tag. All right. So I'm saving the work again. Then we'll debug. Go to your folder to debug. Our folder was practical. Practice. Condition. Practice 5 is here. Yeah. My practice 5 is not working. Yes. Oh, somebody is joining. Okay. So we have our script, my var equals to global. Check scope is there. My var local is there. Document.write my var. Okay. We'll try my var. So this is all these are our comment. These are our comments. Okay. Mm. Satisfied is not so. The JavaScript language lang. So, hey, but the program is correct. Type, okay. It's the same. So I've changed all the, what do you have there? Third parties. Even with our third parties, we still have the HTML scope, HTML comment, which is still there. Okay. So the program is correct, but the satisfied. So I'll go open with another editor and see. Another browser. Eric.
Madam, I believe we didn't call the function. That's why it is not displaying.
Let me see. Okay. Checksum. Checksum is not called. Checksum. Okay. So let's call the function. Checksum is we declare still the same.
It's
Okay.
like you didn't speak, man.
Hello?
I said it's like after calling the function, you didn't speak.
Are you sure? Okay, let me see. Accept. I use my the control S shortcut here. I use control C. Okay, to
Madam, same as my end here. If I move the bracket to the end part, it's not displaying unless I put it at the first end, and that is where the global will be displayed. I don't know. I'm trying to refresh, and I'm also getting the same feedback as you are getting.
that's I get it. Okay. Check scope. So check scope is called before document dot write. Okay. So we can document dot write variable. So within here, let me see. Within, let's call it at the end and see. It's saved. The same. Right. I don't think it's a function call. I don't think it's a function call. So this is the end of the function. The end. If you put it outside here, then we have document dot write, document dot write. Document dot write here. It has written the local plenty times. Local plenty times. So where is it saying the local now? The local is saying here is, let me see. Control X, save. It's saying nothing here. It's saying nothing. Outside the function, we've called the function because the function is declared within here for local. Then we have document dot write. Then my var here is saying the local. Local. So it's plenty there. If I remove this control S, I've removed that one. And outside the function now, outside the close of the function, we call the function, then we say document dot write my var. So let's see what it will display. Global. So global is seen here. And that's what it should be because it's outside the function. So this one is correct. Global is seen here. But for the local variable is here. All right. Okay, good. So both local and global are being displayed now with the document dot write. So with the function call, it is done for global. It's done for global. Okay. They are written together because we have used document dot write for the two of them. So that's why they are on the same line. Break. Okay. I want to add a break. Close your brackets, and that's all right. So we have brought them to different line. Different line. All right. So we've output the break using the HTML break tag. Okay. All right. So put the correct one in the note now. Correct. The PowerPoint is short, so just get the code for the PPT. Okay. All right. So that's our example. Okay. This is our example now. Sorry. Okay. So we know how to declare variable now and the scope of the variable. Now we go to data types. Data types are also similar to other programming language. The data types. We have primitive data types listed in bold. So I bolded them and listed them up to 5. Then we have non-primitive. It's the same thing as composite data types. Non-primitive. They are the arrays and objects. Primitive data types are the string, numbers, booleans, undefined, and null. Okay. Numbers. So if I say var x equals to tutorial, that must be quoted. The strings should be in quotation. It should be in quotation. Okay. And the second one with numbers, var s equals to 44 or 44.56. They are all numbers in JavaScript. Okay, numbers. And we can also see this as a float. You can see it as float. Okay. The booleans are the true or false. X equals to true, y equals to what? False. Okay. Y equals to false. Undefined. We just declare the variable by x without any assigned value. Maybe later in the program, you assign value. It's undefined. So undefined is a variable you declare with no value. You can see the top ones, they have values after the assignment. There's assignment and values. Okay. We can also assign null to a variable. Null means empty. Empty. Okay. So these are how you declare them, and this is what they mean. All right. With non-primitive or composite data type, there are 2 types, arrays and objects. With arrays, it's different from variable that we just finished because it can contain more numbers. Okay. It can contain more values. It can store more values of even different data types. Different data types. If I say var x equals to, then the bracket start my array. You see the list consists of values, not just a single value like a variable. Objects are stored in property and value pair. Property and value pair in JavaScript. So if I say var rectangle equals to length column 5. Okay, length column 5. So for this parameter, we have assigned 5. The second one, breadth column 3. For breadth, we have assigned 3. So that is the value pair. All right. And you differentiate objects with array because of their brackets. You see the square bracket for array and the curly bracket for objects. Okay. Take.
Dog, please, I want to know, in JavaScript, the variable declaration, the float and then the integer, that's the numbers, are they the same?
They are different because of the period. They are different, but it will treat them as numbers.
Okay.
Treat them as numbers. You know, for Java, you make the float different to the what? Int. Is that not it?
Yes.
Uh-huh. All right. They are on the number category, but we don't declare them.
Okay.
In JavaScript, we don't declare int, this float, this or the string. We don't declare them. So that is our next slide. JavaScript is on type. It's on type language. Okay? You don't declare the data types.
Okay.
Okay? You just program. And then interpreter will interpret them, either they are number, whether they are integer or string or float or what do you call it? Those type that I said. Okay? Or Boolean, undefined. We don't declare the data types in JavaScript. So if I say var s equals to 2, so the interpreter will take the 2 that I've assigned as what? An integer.
Okay.
So if I say var s equals to, if I say x
It's equals
equals
to
to quotation A.
Yeah.
So the interpreter will interpret it as what? String.
A character, string.
No, string, because of the quotation. Okay. So it's on type. So that is what we have here. Anything with quotation, even if it's a number or decimal number, those stuff, it's with quotation, it will treat it as string. Have you seen my string? String.
Yes, yes.
All right. So anything in quotation assigned to a variable, it will treat it as what? All right. So on type language. So that's why we say JavaScript is on type language. Okay. It does not have explicit data type that you have to declare. Okay. The interpreter have to look at your declaration, your assignment, and what take it as what a particular data type. Okay. For example, here. Okay. Give me 3 minutes. I'm coming. So try to look at this and what the value will be. Just come. Where's my? All right. So I'm back. Okay. So looking at the data types, as I said, we don't declare it in JavaScript, the data type. You just say, instead of declaring variable s as integer or string before, no. Based on your whatever you have assigned to the variable, the interpreter will interpret it to the kind of data types and do the operation. Okay. So we say, although JavaScript does not have explicit data types, it does have implicit data types. Okay. So if you have an expression which combines two numbers, it will evaluate to a number. Okay, to evaluate to a number. For example, look at all here. We declare our variable. Variable s equals to 4. Variable y equals to 11. Var z equals to cat with quotation. Var q equals to 17 with quotation. So even though 17 is a number, the quotation has made it to be it will be string. This is a string. This will be seen as a integer or number. Okay. If I go ahead and say ans is a variable, answer. Ans is a variable. So ans equals to s plus y. S plus y. You see that it will add up the number. So that's what we mean. Which it combines two numbers. It will evaluate to a number. So s and y are numbers. So that's why it is 15. So if you have an expression which combines a string and a number, it will evaluate to a string. For example, here, Z is cat, and X is what? A number. So string plus a number, it will evaluate to what? A string. Z, so the cat will come, then the 4 will concatenate it. Okay, concatenation, cat 4. So this is what will be displayed. And that continues. So S plus Q. So this is our S, 4. So 4 will be displayed first, then the Q, which is 17. 417. Okay, I hope it's clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
All right,
Doc is clear.
thank you. So now we have looked at operators, we have looked at data types. The next thing we look at is control structure in JavaScript. Control structures in JavaScript. So that is the same
Sorry,
in,
madam.
yes.
Yeah, sorry. Please, sorry to drag you back. If I heard you right, you said when string and number is brought together, it will
Mm,
produce a string.
yes.
And then when we check the second example, that is z plus x. So it gave us
Mm,
string, but then the cat came before the 4. But the third one, we have x, which is number 4, and then the q is a string, that is 17. So
mhm.
I was thinking it would have been 17 4.
It's concatenating. It can be. S is first, right?
Oh,
So
okay,
the
so it
class
also follows that order.
if it follow
Uh,
that order, follow that order. S is 4.
okay,
So the 4 will be output first. Then the plus here will act like as concatenation. I hope you
thank you, madam.
understand the
Yes,
catenation.
yes, yes, thank you.
Thank you. So look at JavaScript's control structure. So here too will move faster because it's the same in other programming. Control structure. If you want to control the flow of execution of your program, okay, JavaScript have several control structures to support it. There are three basic types of control structures in JavaScript: the if statement, the while loop, and the for loop. Okay. Each control structure manipulates a block of JavaScript expression. Okay, so you see that your expression will be within curly brackets with these control structures. So let's look at the first block, that is the if statement. If statement itself is three categories, the if statement. And it is described as the fundamental control statement which allows JavaScript to make decisions and then execute your statement and output something for you. So in JavaScript, we have the following conditional statements: if statement, if else, if else, if else statement, and the switch. I think all these are also in other programming. These conditional statements supported. For the single if statement, you have to use it if you want to execute some code only if a specified condition is true. Just for a specify one single condition is true. But if you have multiple conditions, okay, you use the if else statement or if else statement. Okay. The switch statement also work like the third one, the if else statement, the switch. So use this statement if you want to select one of many blocks. So you can see that it's the same explanation. Switch statement can be used, or you go ahead to use several if else statements. They work the same way. The middle one, use this statement if you want to execute some code if the condition is true, and another code if the condition is false. Okay, another when the condition is false. Then for the first one, only when a specified condition is just true, there's no anything false to be executed. Okay, so those are the conditional statements, 4 of them. Okay, example. This is our syntax for if statement. You have your if must come, you have your expression in the bracket, and the statement follow. The statement follows. Okay. That is the statement to be executed if expression is true. It's within the curly bracket. So let's look at simple example here. This simple example. With this example, we have declared var num equals to prompt enter number. So we are using prompt that we declared yesterday, prompt to collect a number. And this is our if statement. So we say the number that is entered, if the number is greater than 0, alert, given number is positive. So that is the only thing we want to do. unless just a single statement, given number is positive. So if you want to proceed and say else, then meaning you are going to the next stage. Else, if the given number is less than 0, then we say it is what? Negative. But this is our just example for if statement here. Yeah. Example for if statement here. So let's see how that one to work. So we're going to save, have our new file. It's our new document. Let's save that one to as practice 6. Practice 6 dot HTML. Then we go ahead to change the man type again. Then we save our file. Practice 6 dot HTML. So that is saved. If num is greater than 0, alert. Okay, alert. Okay, so go to the folder. This is our folder. Practice 6 is here. So we can see the font. We want to enter a number. So let's say I enter 7. I've entered 7. Then I click OK. Alert have pop up something. It says given number is positive. Then I click what? OK. So that's what we want it to do. If statement. If statement. When we go to the second conditional statement, the if else, it's a two-way decision statement used to make decision and execute conditions. The syntax is also here. The syntax is here. So we have your keyword if, then the condition. The first code to be executed in the block, you see the curly bracket. After that, you put else, another curly block, code to be executed if condition is not true. That's just the syntax. So looking at what we have here, we say s equals to 3. If s is less than 0, alert, negative, else alert, positive. So we'll get the alerts 2 times. But for this example, we are not getting the number from the user. We have declared our variable. We declare our variable. Conditional statement example, if else again. This we have more example here. Okay. Another example. So here I have how many examples for if else? 3. So you have if else, if else. Okay. Now we go to the switch. It's a conditional statement that will evaluate an expression against multiple possible cases. So it will execute many blocks. based on your condition. To write the switch statement, we have the syntax here. You start with the keyword switch, followed by the expression, followed by the expression. Then the first condition break, another condition break. It will continue to till the end of all your condition statements. Okay. At the end, you have the default statement. Default statement. Okay. So example here, we want to display a grade with some statement. Okay. So we say var grade equals to A. We have declared variable grade equals to A. Document.write entering switch block. We want to display this statement. Our switch start from here, and we pass as an argument. That is our expression. We grade. This keyword grade is what we have referenced here. And the cases are up to F. Case A, document.write, good job. Break. Case B, break. Case So all these are our conditions. Okay. So let's quickly demonstrate a case study too. The switch statement in this practical example. So let's open a new file. Then we have our script. We have our script. So here I'm going to reuse the tag, closing tag here. I'm going to reuse it in our new file. So after the script, we have the closing body tag and the opening body tag. So I'll go up there. This is our opening body tag and the opening HTML. Okay, so let's save our work. This will be practice 7. .html. Change the MIME type to all types and save your work. Okay. Save your work. Check your thing. Okay, yes. So I've saved that one. With all of them, we incorporate a break, HTML break in our statement. Okay. So let's debug from the folder. Practice 7 is here. So here it says entering switch block. Great job. That is the only thing. Switch block. Good job. Because we said the grade equals to what? A. Okay. We declare grade A. And for the first case, we said document.write, good job, and break. Okay. So the grade here, we have assigned A to it, not B, and then not C. So if I go ahead to change the value, let's go ahead to change the value of our grade. Okay, the grade that we have here. We're going to change it to C. C. C, because I have C here. C here say document.write pass. Okay, so let's save our work and refresh. Refresh the browser. So you can see it has changed to pass. Grade has changed to pass. Okay. Entering switch block is still there, and the exiting switch block, because we asked the browser to display them. Entering switch block, and then exiting switch block is there. Our grade value has changed. Okay. All right. The next thing we'll look at is looping. Looping is a group of statements that is repeated until a specified condition is met. So in every programming, we realize that looping is very powerful programming tool. It's a powerful programming tool, okay, that you can use. Even with arrays, you can say it should go through the arrays that you have stored several values, and then what? Do something. Looping. You can either write your program with while loop, do while loop, okay, and for loop. For loops. Okay, the for loop. So all we have it with their syntax looping. You can use the while loop to execute a block of code while a certain condition is true. While loop, okay. So the same we have with syntax here. With the while loop, you start with the while keyword, the while, then your expression in the brackets, and the statement to be executed. Statement to be executed. So we have example here. We declare var count equals to 0. Document.write starting loop plus break. Okay. So we want this statement to be written, and then under it, the break should be displayed. Sorry, there should be the next statement should come down of it. So our while loop start from here, and this is our expression. We say count less than 10. Count less than 10. This is the count we have declared. So we reference it here. We say while count is less than 10, document.write current count. Okay, current count. Concatenate it with count and break. So this is where the increment will come from. Count plus plus. The same count you have declared. Okay, so we want increment of it, starting from 0 to 9. So we say count should be less than 10. So that means it will end at 9. The increment will end at 9. At the end again, we say document.write, loop stopped. So when everything finished, the loop, this statement should be written under it. So you get something like this. Starting loop is for this statement. This is the while condition with the document.write. All will follow. And the last statement is also displayed the loop stop. All right. So the document, this file is with you. After that, you can practice this looping. So the do while loop, you also start with do, the keyword do, and the statement to be what? Executed. So we're saying the do while loop is similar to the while loop, except that the condition check happens at the end of the loop. The condition check happens at the end of the loop. Okay? But with while loop, the condition check happens before the loop. Okay. Salam. So look at the do. The do while start from here. We said document.write current. So all this, then count plus is also there. So we say while count is less than 0, document.write loop. Okay. This is our increment here again. Count plus. Okay. Then here we differentiate between the while loop and then do while loop. The last looping is done with the for loop. For loop. With the for loop, you start with the keyword for. Then we have initialization in the brackets with semicolon, followed by test condition and then iteration statement. Okay, so that's what we have. For example, you say for count equals to 0, count is less than 10, count plus. So initialization, test condition, and then what? Increment. That is the iteration statement. So that is the easier one to do for your looping. Then we have our outputting just here. Document.write, how you want it to be displayed. We want each line, each display to be on different line. That is the essence of document.write break. Then document.write loop stop. Okay. All right. So using for loop, using while loop. So I have more example for the looping. Okay. Then you can read on advantages and limitation of what? JavaScript. Okay. Read on that one. Okay. So we are done with the JavaScript introduction and the syntax. And we have done more with the condition statement for this particular lesson. Any question? All right. Okay. In the absence of any question, we'll meet Saturday, right? Or when is your day? Saturday or yeah, Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. Please practice. Okay. Yeah. And read the model document.
I want to know whether the slides has been shared with the class rep.
Yes, please. Since yesterday.
Class rep, please. I want to know whether you have shared it on the platform.
All right. So The updated one will be sent. You see,
Okay.
they say it's on the platform. You don't check. Okay. So I'll share the updated one again. Okay. See you Saturday. Bye.
Bye, madam. Have a nice evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye, madam.
Bye.
Bye.
That you have dialed is not in service.
Yeah, hello, please. Request rep, please. I want to know which group did you place the slides? Please, can someone help me? Hello. Hello, boss.